lambs, friends. It's time to hear another one of God's stories. Thank you for coming to Little Lambs. Lammy is here too. He's going to listen to the story. Let's do our song to get started. Do it with me. Open them, close them, open them, close them. Give a little clap. Open them, close them, open them, close them. Fold them in your lap. Shh. It's time to hear God's story. Let's lay out our story quilt to get started. There we go. Our story today is from the Bible. It's God's book. Here's our little gold Bible that we keep right here. Today's story is from Genesis 18. Today, we're going to use a magnet board to show our story. So I'm going to move closer so that you can see it good. Okay. Abraham and Sarah lived in a tent. Sarah, Abraham. Abraham and Sarah thanked God for their home and for the beautiful land God had given them. At night, Abraham and Sarah counted the stars in the sky and remembered the promise that God had given to them. Look at all those stars. Count the stars, God said. One day you'll have as many children and grandchildren as there are stars in the sky. But Abraham and Sarah wondered if God had forgotten what he said, because they were old now and they had no children. Sarah was very sad. One day, when Abraham was resting beside the tent, 3 men came to visit. Come, rest here, Abraham said to the visitors. I'll get you something to eat. Abraham went inside the tent. Quickly, he said to Sarah, please make some bread for our visitors. Abraham took milk and meat and Sarah's warm bread to the men. The men said, by this time next year, Sarah will have a son. Sarah was listening. She laughed. I'm too old to have a baby. Abraham is too old too. But the men said to Abraham, Yes, Sarah is old, and you are old too, Abraham, but Sarah will have a baby just like God promised. Abraham and Sarah waited. After a while, just as God had promised, baby Isaac was born. Abraham and Sarah thanked God for baby Isaac. And when they counted the stars, they knew that God would keep his promises to baby Isaac too. Dear God, thank you for sending baby Isaac. Thank you for keeping your promises to babies, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, and to us too. Amen. Isn't that a great story? God keeps his promises. Some fun things you can do to celebrate this story today are, of course, Play-Doh. I picked a blue, a yellow Play-Doh bin, and, of course, what did God tell them to count? Stars. You can do stars in Play-Doh today. Or you can cut your own star shapes out if you don't have a star cookie cutter. Here's another type of star. I have a green star. And I have a little silver star. How many stars can you make? Another thing you can do is make a baby blanket. People used to make blankets or quilts for babies. What's a quilt? Well, it kind of looks like this. It's a blanket, and on one side there's lots of squares with different patterns. You could take a piece of paper and make squares all over it, or have mom or dad make squares and then color each one a different pattern or color, and you'll make a quilt. You could draw stars or put star stickers on your quilt, or even write the word baby or draw a baby. Here's some examples. It says baby. You can see the stars and you can see Isaac. Here's another one. Our friend Camden made this a while ago. He put a lot of stars in a baby. Here's another one. When you make your quilts for your baby, you can remember Genesis 18 and how God kept his promise to Abraham and Sarah. You can even just use plain white paper like this to start. Babies are so soft and they're so cuddly in their blankets. I wonder what kind of a blanket Sarah had for baby Isaac. Oh, Lammy thinks it might have been made from soft lamb's wool. Do you think so? Have fun playing with your babies and taking care of them, just like Sarah and Abraham took care of their baby, Isaac. You can get out your babies, which might be dolls or stuffed animals, and play with them and care for them. And maybe some night you can count the stars in a storybook or in a movie that you're watching, or if you're up really late, you might be able to see stars some night. Thanks for coming to Little Lambs. I'll see you soon. Lammy and I say bye-bye.